Hello, my name is Jeremy Hollis, and I'll be presenting my final project. It is a fans news site along the lines of other fan sites like TFW 2005 and Sabertron. It has a blog format since I've used design for my resume website as a framework for my final project, since it is basic design and thus is easily accessible to just about anyone. Although it is made mainly for Transformers fans both young and old. For those who are unaware of Transformers, the concept is that alien robots from the planet Cybertron, called as Transformers, are at war which eventually brings them to Earth, where they adopt alternative modes to blend them in among humans, fighting their war in secrecy. There are two factions in this war, the Autobots, led by heroic Optimus Prime, and the Decepticons, led by evil Megatron. Like I said before, for my final project, I have chosen to make a Transformers news site. It's called Vector Sigma, named after the Transformers supercomputer knowledge of the same name. I'm inspired to name this site by similar sites like TFW 2005 and Sabertron, which are similarly named after the concept for the Transformers series. The year that the 1988 film took place in, and the Japanese name for the Transformers home world, Cybertron, respectively. This site is based and designed to comparison those sites, but is still easily accessible to just about anyone. Vector Sigma is composed of 6 pages, including a homepage. The other 5 are About, which provides information about how I got into Transformers, Movie News, which details news relating to the movies about to come out, Cartoon News, which features news relating to the cartoons, Toonline News, which features news relating to the toy line, and Donate, where readers can provide funds for the site. As you can see, the homepage features a picture of Vector Sigma from the original Transformers cartoon from the 80s. In addition, it also features a brief introduction explaining why I started the site. This way, it'll be easy for my readers to relate to someone from my Transformers. It also describes that I will not just be discussing the Transformers movie, also cartoons, comics, and toys. That way, any Transformers fan can get interested in the site. The About page features a slideshow of 3 Transformers series called the Unicron Trilogy. That introduced me to the franchise. The Unicron Trilogy is composed of the series Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. The Unicron Trilogy is named after the monster planet Unicron, who serves the main driving force throughout the main 3 series. Explaining this will easily connect with readers whose experiences with the Transformers might be similar to my own. The previous mentioned slideshow is automatic, so readers don't have to click back and forth in order to see the images if they miss one image. The slideshow also contains the DVD covers for the cartoon series Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. Fun fact, the Unicron Trilogy was created as a co-production between Hasbro and Takara. Armada's plot revolved around small Transformers created by Unicron called the Minicons, which are power-up Transformers. This led to both the Autobots and Decepticons attempting to seek out these powerful Transformers, which is in the plot of the Pokemon. The Energon series follows off on Armada, in which an era piece is directed by return of evil forces, including that of the previously thought destroyed Unicron. And lastly, there is Cybertron, which revolved around finding the 4 Cyberplanet keys in order to close the black hole caused by the defeat of Unicron and the ending of Energon. Now, while the Unicron trilogy was going on, I was more of a casual fan since I was more into Bionicle at that time. But however, at the ending of the Unicron trilogy, the live-action movie directed by Michael Bay was released in 1997, and that really piqued my interest in the Transformers franchise to this day. The movie news page features any news that relates to upcoming Transformers Rise of the Beast film. The movie takes place in the 90s and features the Autobots led by Optimus Prime and the Maximals led by Optimus Primal, joining forces against the Terrorcons led by Scourge. The movie is also a follow-up/sequel to 2018 Bumblebee film, which was a reboot of the film franchise following the poor reception of the fifth Transformers film, The Last Knight. Also, Rise of the Beast is the first of the trilogy that features Unicron as the main threat, much in the same vein as the Unicron trilogy I mentioned earlier. In addition, an animated prequel detailing the origins of the Transformers is coming out next year, 2024. In addition to containing various slides of posters, it also contains links to the trailers and promos. The trailer in question is the teaser trailer from November, and the more recent one is the premiere during Super Bowl this year. The characters featured in the posters are Autobots Optimus Prime, Bumblebee Mirage RC, and Maxwell's Optimus Primal, Airazor, Renox, and Cheetor, as well as the two main human characters, Noah Diaz and Lena Wallace. The cartoon news page covers the currently running Transformers series Earthspark, which is streaming on Paramount+. This page depicts the show's synopsis and contains links relating to Earthspark. The series is unique since it's the first Transformers series to take place post-war, as well as featuring Megatron to turn good, which is a concept that has happened before in the comics. The links mentioned earlier on this page includes the Paramount Plus site, as well as announcing that Earthspark is getting in the second season. It also contains a slideshow featuring posters and information about the series cast. Here, the cast includes the main human family, named the Maltos, the Earthborn Terrans, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Elita 1, Megatron, and the main antagonist, Mandroid. The Toy Line news page covers the recent toy reveals, including the new fan-feathered Deathosaurus from HasLab, which features crowdfunded figures that are otherwise too expensive for retail releases. The Studio Series figures from the Rise of the Beast toy line, as well as the Gamer Series sublines from the Studio Series. Deathosaurus is the main villain from the Japanese series Transformers Victory, and friend-turned-rival to the series hero Star Saber, who was the previous HasLab Friend project. The Studio Series was made to provide fans with more screen-accurate action figures based on concept art. It also features pictures of all three products, as well as links to them. The Gamer Series will feature figures whose designs have been based off of concept art from the video games. The first video game figures are Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Barricade from the video game War for Cybertron, released in 2010. War for Cybertron was a game detailing the beginnings of the Great War to start Cybertron, before the Transformers brought the war toward Earth. For the Studio Series for the Rise of the Beast storyline, Mirage was announced following the Super Bowl Porsche commercial. In a clever marketing move, in my opinion, and the Super Bowl heavily featured Mirage, and afterwards, a figure for Mirage was announced for the Rise of the Beast Studio Series. And lastly, there's the donate page. The purpose of this page is so my fan site can receive funds to help keep it running better. Here, readers can donate funds to help support the site. It contains information to input information such as the phone number, page and payment choice, etc. It's safe and easy to use since it keeps your information private, thanks to it being an SHTTP, which helps keep your information secure. All you have to do is put in your name, date of birth, and you're all set. So feel free to provide some funds when you get the chance. So far, 2 people listening to my mom and dad have been able to pass my site very well. So far, everything's been pretty much alright and easy to understand. At first, there were concerns that a donate page would be insecure and could leak information, but luckily that was proven to not be the case. Although there were some glitches found by mom, those were minor and were easy to fix. At first, some of the texts were also out of shape, but I managed to fix those as well. So now everything's going alright. In conclusion, things to be easy accessible. My new site, Vector Sigma, has potential to be a good new site for all things Transformers related. The next steps are going to be kind of hard. But those are going to be to further develop the site to a point where it's more an actual news site than a blog site that is currently is. Though with luck, I have the potential to either be the next TFW 2005. So, which one's that luck? And for all you Transformers out there, till all are one.